It is high noon on October 20, 2010, and the Wednesday edition of the Daily Journal is upon the streets. Mike Frey here with Colleen Loggins. And Colleen, few things in this world stay the same for long, but at St. Mary's Catholic Church in Reddick, one thing that stayed the same is Geraldine Halpin on the church organ. She's been doing it since 1950. That's 60 years, and at age 92, she's still doing it. Isn't that a neat story?
That is. I heard that the only time she's really had a significant absence was when she broke her elbow. So she is there, you know, rain or shine, day in, day out.
And she doesn't complain. For instance, the church board talked about moving the organ downstairs so she wouldn't have to climb the steep steps to play it. She says, no, I can handle it. And one of the photos in today's paper actually shows her ascending those stairs. So a very nice story done by Dennis Yohnka. Colleen, I know here in recent years you've been to some Cubs games and you've kind of caught a fancy for the Cubs. What is your perspective of the Cubs hiring Mike Quade as their full-time manager?
Well, I don't know that much about him, but I do know that I think it'll be interesting to see. He seems like he has kind of turned the organization around after Pinella, retired early. They ended up winning more games than losing, so again, in that stretch of time that he was being the interim manager. So I just hope that with the players that he has, he's able to really turn this organization around, because they're paying them so much money, and look what we have. It's not good.
Now, as many newsletters know, I'm a Cardinals fan, and here's my perspective. I'm glad for Mike Quade. That's not a household name, but he's a baseball lifer that's paid his dues, managed won 2,000 games in the minor leagues, and my supposition, although I might not like this when they're beating the Cardinals, is that the Cubs will do well under Mike Quade. So that's my take on it.
I like it. What's your take on the weather?
I don't know for sure, but the man who does is Dennis Yohnka. Let's go to him.
Hi, this is Dennis Yohnka up on the roof here at the Journal. See the courthouse behind me? We thought this was kind of scenic for today, and I think it kind of makes a point about the wind. That's what we're going to notice for the next 3 days. We're going to see some significant wind, so you might want to make sure which direction you're going to rake those leaves. Today's high could get to 70. Low tonight will be in the 40s. Highs the next 2 days aren't going to be that high. We'll probably be lucky to get to the 60s. So a little cold coming and a lot of wind coming. So let's go back to the news.
Colleen, we are back, and it's time for Let's Rank 'em. We do this every week on Wednesday, and our Let's Rank 'em idea just came up a few minutes ago when we were bantering about the desk. Assistant Metro Editor Rachel Reynolds-Susie was expressing, I would say, her disdain for breakfast foods, but what's a good word to describe it?
Disinterest?
Maybe disinterest. Yeah, she doesn't particularly care for breakfast foods. So with that, let's rank our favorite breakfast foods. You think we can handle it, Colleen?
I think we can. I will say that I am actually not a huge breakfast person myself. I would prefer like a lunch or dinner item, say like a hamburger in the morning.
For breakfast, that's
For
me
breakfast.
too, but we're going to soldier on anyway.
Okay. Guess I'll go ahead and rank it since we're supposed to. I would say my number 3 breakfast food is toast. I mean, it's simple, but I like butter and any kind of jam. It's delicious in its simplicity, so there you go. Number 2 would be bacon, because bacon is delicious, and who doesn't like bacon?
Nobody that I know
Nobody.
of. Oh, we got a couple here.
Well, they're crazy and wrong.
Just a little different, okay?
I mean, when you smell bacon, it just makes you happier,
I
right?
could eat a whole pound myself.
So my number 1 would have to be eggs. I probably eat an egg every day. I love eggs so much. So that's actually one of the things that I could maybe eat for dinner, and I would be okay with it versus, a hamburger or whatever.
I'm not high on the eggs, so we differ there, but here are my favorites. Let's go with number 3, and that'd be a raw sliced tomato. Let me explain behind it. I like to slice them here at my desk and either quarters and halves and put a little salt on them.
Okay.
And both Rachel Reynolds-Susie and Caleb Benoit here would kind of look over at me like, what are you doing? They didn't think that was a very good idea, but I do. That's a good breakfast to me, so that's number 3. Number 2, pancakes with sausage patties. The emphasis be on the patties. I don't care for the links. I want patties with my pancakes. That would be number 2. And number 1, in a salute to my southern roots, is biscuits and gravy. And I'm talking a genuine, real McCoy with the good thick gravy on there and the sausage chunks. And a lot of southerners talking about tomatoes, they'll slice those tomatoes up and put them on top of the biscuits and gravy. So that's number 1 with me.
That sounds delicious. So if any of you News It Nerders want to make us breakfast, now you know exactly what we want to eat.
Yes, they do. That'll do it for the News at Noon today. You can subscribe to the Daily Journal by calling 815-937-3322. You can also pick it up at the newsstands. And so until tomorrow,
Stay informed and eat a balanced breakfast.
many will tell you it's the most important meal of the day.
All right. Everything good? Ready to go? Wow, it's so quiet. Everybody's quiet today?
This means I'll call Lee and get me.